Hi, it's Viv from Wisdom Released, and this is your daily reading for June the 21st, 2018. The deck I'm using is the Wildwood Tarot by Mark Ryan and John Matthews, as it's the summer solstice today, the longest day of the year here in the Northern Hemisphere. It felt right to use this one. I have already shuffled the cards, but I'll shuffle a little bit more and cut the deck. Okay, so I pull one for the overall energy and three others. Oh wow. Wow. Very interesting cards for today. The first one that I pulled is the Green Man. And in this particular deck, the Green Man comes out on a wheel, which represents the seasons during the year, and the Green Man is represented on the wheel on the summer solstice, the day of the summer solstice, along with the Green Woman. So these are like the Emperor and the Empress, and I don't know, I find it fascinating that this card comes out today, on the day that it's represented on the wheel in this particular deck. So the Green Man here, it's about respect, it's about assertiveness, it's about confidence, it's also about creativity and fertility and things coming together. He's a defender of nature and a guardian of nature. He looks very fearsome, doesn't he? He looks a little bit scary. And the feeling that I'm getting is I actually feel quite nervous, and I'm wondering if that's something that you're feeling too. Something that you've been planning, something that you've desired, something that you want to come to fruition. It certainly has potential. There's this, I'm drawn by the figure in the background there as well, which is like a sign of fertility and empowerment. It's very virile figure. I'm wondering if there's something afoot that you're kind of you're hoping will come to fruition, but it actually makes you nervous. You're wondering about it feels to me like there's a question or a doubt about whether you're being guided in the right direction. It's like, wow, if this works out, it could be really, really good. And because this card has come out today on the summer solstice, I have it in my mind that by December this year, so the winter solstice, you will have a very clear idea of the direction of this project, the direction of this relationship, and whether it's actually going to work and sustain you in the way that you're hoping for. There's potential, I think when something has so much potential, it can feel a little bit scary. Sometimes people do have a fear of success, and it sounds really weird to say. But if we doubt whether we're worthy of success, then we can have a fear of success, and we just don't know whether we'll be able to cope with it or whether we'll be able to sustain it. Now, what's really interesting is the next card out for today is the Shaman. And the Shaman is the Magician in the normal tarot. And this, to me, points to so much potential for today as well. It's asking us to really dig deep and really connect with our innermost desires. What is it that we want to bring into the world? What is it that we want to create? What is it that we really want to do with our lives? What is our purpose? Is this job that I'm involved in, is that what I really want to be doing for the rest of my life? Or is there something else I can be doing that brings so much more fulfillment? Is the relationship that I'm in at the moment the one that I really want to be in? Or is there something else that I can do to impact it? If you're already in a relationship, is it the one that you really want to be in? And if you do want to be in it, what can you do to manifest your desire for that relationship? How can you show up in that relationship and really take it to the next level, to where you want it to be? If you're not in a relationship and you want to be, what kind of person do you want to be with? What kind of a relationship do you want for yourself? This card is asking you to acknowledge your desires and to work with the universe, especially today, to bring that into being. It's a card of the unmanifested and the manifested. It's a card of bringing things to fruition, bringing things into being that aren't yet in being. So this is a card that really points to you realizing your desires, but you really need to connect with what your desires are first of all. The next card is the Queen of Arrows, and this card. This is a really interesting card. When I look at this card and I see the swan, I see that swans. What I think about is swans mating for life, and that's not when I am thinking about relationships, yes, but I'm not just thinking about relationships. I'm thinking about work. And again, your purpose for life. How you want to be showing up in the world and what it is that you really want to be doing. This is a card of truth. It's asking you to be really honest with yourself. She is paddling, swimming, on this kind of pond of emotion, and the pond can represent consciousness and your subconsciousness and what's going on in your psyche. I noticed that she has passed this little leaf at the bottom here, and that looks like a heart. And I'm wondering whether she's thinking that she's missed an opportunity. But my feeling is that that the opportunity hasn't been missed. That it's there for the taking. As I say, it's a card of being really honest with yourself about what it is that you want. Look how she's looking back there over her shoulder. It's over her shoulder, over her wings. There's maybe something that you're looking back on that you feel didn't go as planned, and that you're wishing if you had a second chance, if that came round again, that you'd do it differently. The other card, the final card that I pulled for today, is the Three of Vessels, the Three of Cups, and these three storks are having a whale of a time. There's a coming together here. I'm reminded of the Wheel of Fortune card, which in this deck is a jersey that's been woven on a loom that's hanging over a pond, and there are three birds, I think they're three herons actually, in the background of that card. And I always think that these two cards should go together. Really, these stalks kind of represent the fates, really, and it feels very much like a recognition of your desires again, and a coming together of what it is that you want to create in the world. And when you do that, when you're honest with yourself, and when you respect what it is that you want to create, when you respect and really connect with those desires, that it brings you great joy. Although these are 4 cards that I've pulled for today, my feeling is, particularly because of the Green Man and the connection with the equinoxes, that I feel that it's not just a reading for today, that this is for the next, for the coming half of this year, for the coming half of 2018. What do you want to bring into the world? What do you want to create? And how can you show up to bring that into the world? What is it that you want to do that will help you feel fulfilled and totally connected with your purpose? Is there something that you think the opportunity may have passed, but actually it hasn't? Is there something that you can resurrect? Well, there we go. That's a bit different, a bit of an interesting read for today. I hope that's resonated with you, and that you found it of use. Thank you very much for watching, and if you've subscribed, thank you for subscribing, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.